everybody, welcome. My name is Chef Rob. Today we're going to make a chicken with a sun-dried tomato and basil cream sauce. It's very tasty, really delicious. Serve it with some pasta, a nice salad, crusty bread on the side. Dinner is done. Let me show you the chicken first. We're going to sear the chicken and then we're going to leave it on the side. So I have two nice chicken breasts right here. And I'm just going to trim this up with a little bit of fat that is on it. Always try to buy the air-chilled chicken breast. Okay, you don't get all that water in it. Okay, there's a lot less waste then. Okay, so we're just going to trim that. You could always take the chicken breast, put them in the freezer for about 20 to 30 minutes. Just get a little frost on them, and then it is nice and easy to fillet. Okay. I just want to get any of that extra fat off there. It should always have a nice coloring, a nice shine to it, the chicken breast. Okay. What I'm going to do is go right in half. I'm going to butterfly this. Okay. So by butterflying this, this is like those thin chicken cutlets you would pay extra for in the supermarket. This is where, if you wanted to stuff it, you could take whatever you wanted to stuff it with and fold it back over. But these we're not going to stuff. Just wanted to show you that. For any other, like if you're making a chicken cordon bleu, or you want to put a spinach and artichoke mixture in there. I'm going to do the same right here. Going to fillet this right in half. Better off just butterflying it and then just cutting that right open like that. Now what I'm going to do is just pound this with the meat mallet, and I'm going to put a little plastic wrap on top because what that actually does just prevents it from kind of splattering, and because you don't want that splattering on any other foods or surfaces. So just a little piece of plastic just like that. Just take a meat mallet. You want to make sure that they're all pounded nice and evenly because that makes sure that it's nice even cooking. So two nice big fillets will give you 4 dinners, okay? Because if you're serving this with a pasta, with a little bit of salad, a little crusty bread, and a chicken breast, this will serve 4. Okay, you can see, nice and even like that. I'm just going to turn it over real quickly. Not going to pound it out too much more, but what you're actually doing is just breaking that protein in there and make sure it's nice and tender. Sometimes you get the chicken breasts and they're a little on the tougher side. Just make sure that they are nice and smooth. No high parts, no low parts, just all nice across. Okay, so now what we're going to do is turn on this skillet right here. Going to put a little bit of olive oil in here, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. I'm going to season the chicken breast with some kosher salt and some black pepper, and we're going to get a nice sear on this. And then after we sear these, get them cooking, we're going to make the sauce and finish these off in the oven. So let's take our seasoned chicken breast. Don't overcrowd the pan. This is a medium-sized skillet, so I am going to add 2 in this pan. Cook them for about 2 minutes on each side. And then I'm just going to put them on this little tray right here. And we can finish them off in the oven while we make our sauce. When they go in the oven, it will probably just take a few minutes, so be careful you don't overcook them. Okay? You can do this with chicken tenders, chicken breast, or the boneless chicken thighs. So we're just going to reserve these chicken cutlets right here. You want to get a nice sear on it, nice brown coating, and then we'll turn that over. Every oven is stove is a little bit different, so sometimes you may just want to move it around the pot Okay, so we are going to take the chicken, take a look, see if it's got a nice sear on it. That's nice coloring. Sometimes you just may want to move the pan around a little bit, just so any uneven cooking, it will give it a nice coating all the way around, just like that. So we're going to let that for about 2 minutes, then we'll put that on our tray right here. So these chicken breasts look beautiful just like this. We're going to put them right on the pan, just like that. And now we have our other 2 chicken breasts that we're going to get a nice sear on. Coat them. They're big enough. 1 per serving is perfect. Okay. So let's get a nice sear on here. You can also just put a little kosher salt on the other side, just a little bit. Little fresh ground black pepper as well. Okay, so these are nice and cooked. We're going to take these, put them on the pan with the rest of them. They're going to go in the oven, a 325 oven, just for a few minutes. And in the meantime, we're going to start making our sauce. The sauce just takes a couple of minutes. Let's start making our sauce. We're going to take about 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. We're going to put it on a medium heat. We're going to take 2 cloves of fresh garlic. And we're just going to smash this down and just give it a nice chop. Turn it around. And we're going to add this into the pan with the olive oil. You want to be very careful that you don't burn the garlic. Most times you don't add the garlic in just by itself. So we're just actually trying to tan the garlic, just to kind of give it a little flavor to the oil. So we're just going to saute this just about a minute, but keep your eye on it. Don't let it burn. Okay, so now we're going to take about a dozen sun-dried tomatoes that are packed in the oil. And you can either chop these or cut these into strips. Not everybody likes sun-dried tomatoes, so if you leave them a little bigger, they can always pick them out. I happen to love sun-dried tomatoes, and it is really delicious in this sauce here. Okay, so just like that. So I'm going to leave these big enough, just like that. Okay, that way if somebody does want to pick them out, or they are just a nice flavor in there. We have our garlic that is nice and golden. Okay, nice and tan actually. We're going to add the sun-dried tomatoes in here into the oil. We're going to start adding a lot of different things now. We're going to put about 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream. Heavy cream, very important to put the cream in here. It will give it that nice real richness. Okay. Let's put the remainder of it. Cook this on like a medium heat. And then we're going to put in some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. We want about a 1/2 cup for it. So just grate that right in here, just like this. About a 1/2 cup. Okay, and we're going to take about 3/4 of a cup of marinara. It could be homemade, it could be store-bought. It will kind of come off like a vodka sauce that it will look like. And we're going to put this on a medium to medium high heat and get all those flavors going in there. We're going to put a pinch of kosher salt and a twist of black pepper or 2. And we're just going to let this go for a few minutes, let this reduce down. See how the cream is on the outside here? We want to bring that all together. While this is cooking and reducing, our chicken's going to be done in a minute. I'm going to take some beautiful fresh basil. Always try to keep it in water, just like you have a bouquet of flowers. Always take a little plastic wrap. It kind of makes it like a greenhouse for the basil. Keep it in a cool, dry place. And now I'm just going to take some of this basil off. I want about 1/4 cup of fresh basil. And I'm going to do what's called a chiffonade. I'm going to save this for the very end to garnish it. Chiffonade is when you take the basil, just kind of fold it in half, and we're going to give it a nice shred, just like that. That's beautiful, just like that. And cut it right in half. Okay, let's check our sauce. You could see just a few minutes and it's starting to thicken. Okay, our sauce is just beautiful. It just smells so good with the sun-dried tomatoes, the garlic, the marinara sauce, the cream. This is perfect, this sauce, over some ravioli, some tortellinis. Just put them right in there, saute it up with it. I am going to make a plate to show you how you could serve this to your family. I have some boiled fusilli pasta right here. I am just going to take a chicken breast. I'm just going to put it right over this, just like that. You could also cut it into thin strips. Take this sauce, and just kind of spoon it right over. So make sure you get that pasta and there's enough sauce on it. Okay, just make sure you have enough sauce on here, because with the bread and the pasta and the chicken, you want enough. And now we're just going to take a little bit more freshly grated Parmesan cheese, put that right on top. And now some of our basil that we chiffonade, just like that. It is really good. If you want to change this around, you can add some artichoke hearts to this. Okay, you can add to the sauce. If you want to change the sauce around a little bit, just take a little bit of pesto, about a teaspoon, okay, teaspoon to a tablespoon, put it in here, mix it. You have a whole nother flavor, a whole new sauce. Really good with the chicken, really good with pasta, great to dip in with some bread. Okay, so this is the way your sun-dried tomato chicken dish will look. Any type of pasta would do, if you like spaghetti, linguine, any of that. So I hope you make this, I hope you enjoy it. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.